My Husband and My Mother. Chapter 1. A picture-perfect life, or so I thought. If someone had asked me 5 years ago what my dream life looked like, I would have painted a picture so vivid and perfect it could rival any fairy tale. A charming house in the suburbs, a husband who adored me, and a mother who was not just my parent but my closest friend. For a while, that's exactly what I had. Or so I believed. Jake and I met during our senior year of college. He was the kind of man who didn't need to try too hard to be the center of attention. With his easygoing smile and the way he made people feel like they mattered, it wasn't long before I fell for him. We got married 2 years later. Life with Jake was comfortable, happy, predictable, and I thought that was enough. My mother, Linda, had always been a huge part of my life. She had me when she was barely 20, so we practically grew up together. She was vibrant, youthful, and had a magnetic energy that drew people in. People often mistook us for sisters, and while I found that amusing, I never once thought it would be a problem. Jake and Mom got along famously. First, it made me happy. I mean, isn't that what every woman wants? Her husband and mother getting along? Family dinners were filled with laughter, and Sunday brunches were our little tradition. Linda would crack jokes about how Jake was too handsome for his own good, and Jake would compliment her cooking or how young she looked in her new dress. It was all in good fun. Back then. But life has a funny way of hiding the cracks until it's too late to fix them. Chapter 2. The slow shift. Started subtly, so much so that I didn't even notice the change. A glance that lingered a beat too long. An inside joke I wasn't a part of. A casual touch on the arm that sent a strange chill down my spine. Jake had always been friendly, affectionate even, but now his attention toward my mother seemed different. I remember one afternoon vividly. It was a sunny Saturday, and we had all gone out to the farmer's market. Mom was trying on a wide-brimmed hat, twirling around playfully. Jake laughed, his eyes following her every move, and for a fleeting moment, there was a look in his eyes I couldn't place. Admiration, fascination, desire. I shook the thought away, feeling ridiculous. He's your husband. She's your mother. Get a grip, Emily. But once a seed of doubt is planted, it grows. Jake started spending more time with Mom, under the guise of planning surprises for me. They'd go shopping together, or he'd volunteer to help her with errands. I tried to tell myself it was sweet, that he cared about making her feel included. But the pit in my stomach said otherwise. Then there were the text messages. One evening, Jake left his phone on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower. A message popped up from Mom. Linda, can't stop thinking about earlier. You're impossible. Winking face. My heart froze. I stared at the message, my hands trembling. A million thoughts raced through my mind. Was it a joke? Was I misinterpreting it? I wanted to believe that. God, I wanted to. I confronted Jake that night, carefully masking my anxiety. You and Mom seem to be texting a lot lately. He laughed it off, calling me paranoid. Come on. You know how your mom is. She's just being flirty and funny. That's how she jokes around. You're reading too much into it. But the way he avoided my gaze, the way his smile didn't quite reach his eyes, that told me everything I needed to know. Chapter 3. The affair begins. Over the next few weeks, the distance between Jake and me grew. He became more distracted, less affectionate. The intimacy we once shared felt forced, mechanical. Meanwhile, Mom seemed different. She was glowing in a way I hadn't seen before, radiating a youthful excitement that felt out of place. One evening, I came home earlier than expected. The house was unusually quiet. I walked into the living room, only to find it empty. A faint giggle drifted from upstairs. My heart pounded as I climbed the stairs, each step heavier than the last. I paused outside the guest bedroom, Mom's room when she stayed over. The door was slightly ajar. What I saw shattered me. Jake's arms were wrapped around my mother, their faces inches apart. His hand was tangled in her hair as he whispered something that made her blush like a schoolgirl. And then he kissed her, deeply, passionately, not the way a son-in-law kisses his mother-in-law, not even the way a husband kisses his wife anymore. I stood frozen, the betrayal cutting through me like a knife. I must have made a sound because they both turned, eyes wide with horror. "Emily," Jake started, but the words caught in his throat. Linda's face crumbled. "Sweetheart, I can explain." But there was no explanation. No excuse that could undo what I had just seen. I left the house that night without a word. Chapter 4. Betrayal and Confrontation. The next day, Jake came to find me. I was staying at my best friend's apartment, trying to make sense of it all. He looked disheveled, his usual confidence replaced with a desperate, broken man. "I'm sorry, Emily. I swear I never meant for this to happen," he said, his voice cracking. "How long, Jake?" I asked, my voice eerily calm. He hesitated. "A few months. A few months." The words echoed in my mind, each syllable a stab to the heart. "Why, Jake? Why her?" I demanded, needing to understand the unimaginable. His answer was a mixture of guilt and twisted honesty. "I don't know." Started with the way she understood me, how easy it was to talk to her. "You were always busy with work and she was there. One thing led to another, and I couldn't stop. I didn't want to hurt you. God, Emily, I love you. But I love her too." The betrayal was suffocating. My own mother, the woman who raised me, who should have protected me from pain, had been the one to inflict the deepest wound. Later that week, I confronted Mom. She didn't even try to deny it. "I'm so sorry, Emily. I didn't plan for this to happen." Jake and we connected in a way I didn't expect. I thought it was just harmless flirtation at first. But then, feelings grew. "I never wanted to hurt you." Her apology felt hollow. What could she possibly say that would erase the image of them together? "You had an affair with my husband, Mom. That's not something you can apologize away." She wept, but her tears did nothing to soften my heart. Chapter 5. The Aftermath and Moving On. In the weeks that followed, I cut ties with both of them. Jake tried to call, to text, to explain, but I blocked him. Linda sent letters, long-winded apologies filled with self-pity and regret. I didn't respond. The pain was unbearable, but I knew staying in that toxic triangle would destroy me. So I filed for divorce. I found a new apartment across the city, started therapy, and slowly began to rebuild. It wasn't easy. Nights were the hardest, when the silence became a reminder of everything I'd lost. But with each passing day, I rediscovered parts of myself I had forgotten. I began painting again, something I hadn't done since college. I joined a local book club, made new friends, and focused on my career. The betrayal had been a storm that wrecked my life, but it also cleared the path for a new beginning. Months later, I heard that Jake and Linda had moved in together. It was a small town. Rumors spread fast. Strangely, I didn't feel anger anymore, just indifference. They deserved each other. They'd built their relationship on lies and betrayal. That was their burden to carry. As for me, I found peace in solitude. I learned that healing isn't about erasing the past. It's about growing stronger despite it. Sometimes, the people who are supposed to love you the most inflict the deepest wounds. But those scars become the marks of survival, a testament to your strength. I no longer viewed myself as a victim of betrayal, but as a woman who had the courage to walk away when love crossed the line. The end.